The federal government of Nigeria has commenced payment of the second installment of the 35,000 Nigerian Nairas wage award arrears to federal civil servants. This follows months of mixed signals and growing concerns among workers that the promise of full payment might be quietly abandoned. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, OAGF, confirmed that the disbursement was made last week, reducing the backlog from 4 outstanding months to 3. While the payment has brought temporary relief, it has also reignited conversations about the pace, transparency, and sincerity of the government's wage commitment. The 35,000 Nigerian Nairas wage award is not part of Nigeria's statutory salary structure, but rather a temporary palliative introduced in late 2023. It was designed to cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal, which sharply increased transport and living costs, inflationary pressures, which have eroded workers' purchasing power, ongoing minimum wage negotiations, which were still unresolved at the time, the agreement between the federal government and organized labor, including the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, was part of a broader strategy to maintain industrial peace while the economy adjusted to reforms. Initially, the wage award was meant to be paid monthly until a new minimum wage framework was adopted. However, payment inconsistencies began surfacing in early 2024, leaving workers with multiple months of arrears. The latest 35,000 Nigerian Nairas payment is the second in a staggered repayment plan announced earlier this year. The first tranche was made in mid-2025, with assurances from the OAGF that all arrears would be cleared in similar installments. Speaking on behalf of the OAGF, a senior official said, "The federal government remains committed to meeting its obligations. This payment demonstrates that we have not reneged on our agreement with labor. We will continue to disburse in 35,000 Nigerian Nairas tranches until the outstanding balance is fully settled." This means that for many federal workers, 2 months have now been cleared. 3 months of arrears remain. No fixed timetable has been given for when the remaining payments will be completed. While some civil servants have expressed gratitude for the partial payment, many are openly dissatisfied with the pace of disbursement. Dr. Uche Anyun, a health sector worker in Abuja, criticized the delay. "We shouldn't have to threaten strike action before they pay us what is ours." Joseph Ida, another civil servant, demanded full settlement. "Why can't they just clear all the arrears at once? 35,000 Nigerian Nairas is helpful, but we need stability, not uncertainty." Franca Ofili, working in the education sector, underscored the urgency. "These funds are needed now. Every delay means more hardship for families." This mixed reaction shows that while the payment is welcome, trust remains fragile between the workforce and the government. Nigeria's economy is facing a perfect storm. Inflation remains high, hovering near 30% in mid-2025. Food prices have skyrocketed, driven by currency devaluation and logistics costs. Many households are spending over 60% of their income on food alone. Transport costs remain elevated following the end of fuel subsidies. In this climate, 35,000 Nigerian Nairas, equivalent to roughly $23 at current parallel market exchange rates, may not solve all problems, but it can help cover essentials like groceries for a week, part of a month's rent, transportation expenses for several weeks. The staggered wage award repayment is unfolding against a backdrop of tense labor-government relations. The NLC and TUC have repeatedly warned that failure to honor agreements could lead to nationwide strikes, disruptions in critical sectors such as health, education, and public administration, increased public disillusionment with economic reforms. Labor leaders see the wage award arrears as a test case for whether the government can be trusted to follow through on promises, especially ahead of the new minimum wage implementation. The timing of this payment is politically significant. Analysts suggest it may be aimed at calming tensions with civil servants before planned protests. showing progress in welfare commitments ahead of key political milestones, demonstrating fiscal responsibility while managing limited public funds. However, staggered payments could also backfire, as they risk being perceived as half measures, symbolic but insufficient to address the depth of hardship. The road ahead, what workers can expect. The OAGF has pledged 2 more 35,000 Nigerian Nairas installments, but the lack of fixed payment dates raises concerns. Possible scenarios include: 1. Smooth completion of all remaining arrears before year-end. 2. Prolonged delays due to fiscal constraints, sparking fresh labor unrest. 3. Partial settlement if government priorities shift or revenue shortfalls worsen. Final analysis: relief, but not resolution. The second tranche of 35,000 Nigerian Nairas wage award arrears is a small victory for Nigeria's federal workers, but the battle is far from over. Without a clear timetable for the remaining payments, civil servants are left in a familiar state, cautiously hopeful, but ready to mobilize if promises are broken again. For the federal government, the challenge is twofold. Short term, fulfill this commitment quickly to maintain peace with labor unions. Long term, implement a sustainable wage policy that keeps pace with the cost of living. In a country where economic shocks can hit overnight and inflation eats away at salaries in real time, trust is as valuable as the cash itself. And for now, that trust is still being rebuilt, 35000 at a time.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this update and want to stay informed with fast, reliable news, don't forget to subscribe to Newsflash 360. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Your next headline is just seconds away.